Dear audience, welcome to the annual ITK Talks event. Despite the devastating effects of COVID-19 on our lives, both mentally and physically, we as ITK team has decided to keep on cherishing every moment we are given. Today, here we are to witness amazing speakers to give their speeches online for the first time at ITK's history. First, let me give you brief information about what TED Talk is. TED, which stands for Technology, Entertainment, Design, is an American media organization that posts talks online for free distribution under the slogan, Ideas Worth Spreading. Conceived by Richard Saul Vermin in February 1984 as a conference, TED has been held annually since 1990. According to the statistics, as of October 2020, over 3,500 TED Talks were posted. Every week, 5 to 7 new talks are published. This is ITK Talks, which is organized by ITK. So what is ITK Talks? ITK Talks are independent TED-like events. They are non-profit, and just like TED events, which lack any commercial, religious, or political agenda. Their goal is to spark conversation, connection, and community. Improvement is eternal. Since the first day of the creation of humankind, we have constantly been improving, and it's never enough. Is there anyone who could say, I know enough? Without further ado, let's give ear to what our first speaker, Ozancan, will tell us.
Hi everyone, it's Ozancan. Welcome to ITK Talks. Today I'm going to talk about the power of believing that you can improve. There is a school in Florida where students had to pass a certain mark to graduate, and if they didn't pass a mark, they got a grade not yet. Because if you get a failing grade, you think I'm nothing, I'm nowhere. But if you get the grade not yet, you understand that you're on a learning curve and it makes you hopeful for the next exam. As we can see in this photo, there are two mindsets. One of them is fixed mindset and the second one is growth mindset. Fixed mindset students, they only desire to look smart, but growth mindset group is different. We can improve their intelligence and they find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. Scientists measured electrical activity of these two student types. When first group come up with hard problem, they usually run away and they don't engage with it. But the second group, which is growth mindset, they try to engage deeply and they try to solve the problem. Maybe they couldn't solve the problem, but they tried and gained experience from it. They just believe they can do. The difference is just that. So in conclusion, making us believe ourselves improves us. So what can we do to accomplish? First of all, praise, but not their talent or intelligence. Don't do that anymore. That just doesn't work. Praising the process is better. This process praise creates kids who are hardy and resilient because they trust and believe in themselves. Secondly, believing in yourself is all about finding your inner reservoir of strength and resiliency. But how? To get in touch with your personal power, you need to adopt new routines. Consider building a meditation practice into your routine. Mindfulness meditation is shown to reduce anxiety and help you focus. Lastly, and the most important for me, the power of yet and not yet. That two words give students so much confidence. Give them a path to future that creates greater persistence. With this, we can change students' mindset as well. In recent studies, it shows that pushing the student out of their comfort zone to learn something makes their neurons form new and stronger connections. In conclusion, we make them believe themselves and they just get smarter. Just look at this graphic. With believing, you can improve. But with only desire to look smart, you just go down. This yet and not yet can be small things, but they change so much thing. Finally, if you ask me if I'm a good student, I would say not yet. But I can assure you it is only a matter of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ozancan, for your fruitful talk. I am sure we will all feel much more enlightened after your informative speech. Some people say that animals are our best friends. No doubt they can assist us in various ways, but do we really give credit for them? I believe Umut has lots to share regarding this matter.
Good morning, my honorable principal, vice principal, my precious teachers, and my dear friends. I am Umut, and I want to start my speech with a short question right away. You know that we have all had a pet for some part of our lives, but have you ever thought about the effects of these pets on humans? And did you know that these effects are remarkable? Also, do you know how important pets are in helping people? So today, I'm going to talk about the assistance and effects of these pets and animals on humans. Firstly, I want to talk about the benefits of animals. There are a lot of good effects of animals on us, so many that I can't count them all right now. For that reason, I will only tell you the most important ones or the ones that impressed me more. To begin with, I want to talk about the animals that guide humans. Guide dogs, a type of assistance dog, are trained to help people in life with disabilities. Also known as seeing guide dogs, they are specifically trained to lead blind and visually impaired people, helping them navigate situations and obstacles they normally would not be able to. Actually, this was the most impressive one for me because it shows how noble these animals are. Secondly, I want to talk about the detection dogs. A detection dog or a sniffer dog is a dog that is trained to use its senses to detect substances such as explosives, illegal drugs, wildlife scat, currency, blood, and contraband electronics such as illicit mobile phones. The sense most used by detection dogs is the smell. The smell from the detection dogs are more enhanced than the average dog. They are trained to have this great sense of smell. Now, I want to talk about the benefits of animals on people's mental and physical health. Some research support the idea that animals may decrease blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and feeling of loneliness, and increase the opportunities for exercise, outdoor activities, and for socialization. For example, as you might know, parrots and budgies are talking or memorizing and repeating what you have said before. The special talents of these birds may help people to feel less lonely. If I have to give another example, cats have a unique sound that can make you relax, and according to some of the research, that sound may ease your pain. After all this speech, what I've been trying to say is, having a pet friend will increase your life quality and can make you a happier person. As you all know, the cruelty towards the animals in our country is a serious problem, and its punishment is money. What I'm trying to ask here is this: do you really think that paying money for their unspeakable crimes is enough? If it isn't, what should be the solution? Thank you all for sparing your precious time in order to listen to me.
Thank you, Umut. I hope your speech will raise more awareness towards this important matter. I am sure everyone wants to become a boss one day, but how? Entrepreneurship is a big word. What does it really mean? Now it's Asaf's turn to talk about how to be your own boss.
Hi, I am Asaf, and today I'm going to talk about how to be your own boss. First of all, most of our society wants to go to a qualified college to have a good job and work for high salary. But did you know that you can decide how much salary you want? I'm sure that most of you are curious about how that could be possible. The way it's possible is a bit hard and complicated, but in the end, you are earning more than most of your society and as free as a bird. The first step is to change your dreams from working as an employee to having your own business. Then you should find an idea that basics people's needs. And an idea that people should say, I need to buy this thing. Then you need to find a way to produce this thing. If it's something concrete, you will probably need some factories. But if it's something intangible, you can do it in another way. After you start producing it, you need some good advertisement. You should advertise in a way that it could have a steady place in the market. Then probably you will fail. Congratulations. You've completed your first step, failing. You will probably fail the most of your attempts, but the thing you should do is try again and again until you succeed. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing, said Winston Churchill. This is the second part, learning from your mistakes. Every time you fail, you should ask yourself what was wrong. What was my mistake? You should correct them and continue as they never happened. Because if you overthink about them too much, you may think about giving up, and this is the thing that we don't want. You should start over now. You need to do the same thing you did last time, but without the mistake you made. And after enough tries, you will eventually succeed. And this brings us to the final step. Enjoy. After you start a successful company, you are your own boss. This means you are earning tons of money and working with hours of work which you decide. In conclusion, if you want to be the boss instead of working for your boss to make him richer, you need to be your own boss and start a company, and don't give up until you are successful as you want. Thanks for listening to me.
Well said, Asaf. This speech really gave us another point of view and made us think. And don't forget, a rolling stone gathers no moss. What we can or cannot do, what we consider possible or impossible, is rarely a function of our true capability. It is more likely a function of our beliefs about who we are. Let's see what Ada has for us to share.
Hi everyone, I'm Ada, and today we are living the impossible. We are surrounded by so many products and inventions that were considered to be impossible in the past. So impossible, in fact, that even some experts related to these impossible ideas had prejudices and didn't believe in their own. For example, in 1943, Thomas Watson, who is the founder of IBM, said that there is only space for 5 computers in the world. In 1977,
Ada, sorry to interrupt. You're a bit static. Is there a way you can fix it? We can't really hear you clearly.
Is she trying?
I think she's reconnecting, so we're gonna have to wait a little while.
She was talking very well, actually.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, is she here now?
No, she's not. She's in the waiting room.
I hope you can hear me clearly now. Can you?
I would say so. You're still a bit static. Let's see how it goes. Although you can start.
We are surrounded by so many products, and some experts related to these impossible ideas have had prejudices and didn't believe in their own products. For example, in 1943, Thomas Watson, who is the founder of IBM, said that there is only space for 5 computers in the whole world. In 1977, founder of digital equipment company Ken Olsen also said that he doesn't really see a reason for people to have computers, and no one would want computers anyway. The reason behind their words was that computers at those times used so much electricity and were as big as a considerably large room. But today, the computers we have are small and portable, and they can be used in various ways. Another example is the fact that Daryl Zanuck, the executive producer of 20th Century Fox, did not invent televisions. Mechanical television sets were invented around 1920s, but at those times very few people had them. Even in 1938, when a more modern version of television started being sold in America, it was not that popular among people. In an interview in 1946, Daryl Zanuck said that televisions won't be able to continue the popularity that they gained in their first 6 months. And people soon will get bored of staring at a blank board every day. But unfortunately, today in more than 1.4 billion houses, there's at least one television, and more than 2 billion people are staring at the blank board, as Zanuck called it. Lastly, I'll talk about cars. They may be one of the most important inventions of all time, and more than 1.4 billion people are using their own car to travel and get to places. Before cars, we used to travel using horses or other four-legged tameable animals. But the German inventor Karl Benz invented motor wagon in 1885 and made it the first patented vehicle. Not so many people have predicted there to be motorized vehicles. Especially the idea of piles of metal traveling at high speed on the roads was frightening to people. Therefore, people thought that the motorized and wheeled vehicle could never replace horses. In 1903, Henry Ford, who's the founder of Ford, asked his lawyer, Horace Strachan, to invest in his car company. Even the head of a famous bank at that time advised the wealthy lawyer about this investment, but because of the prejudices around cars at those times, Strachan declined this request and said to them that horses will always remain here, and the automobile is just a strange and useless innovation. And now, Ford is one of the most known car brands out there, and as I said, cars are owned by approximately 1.5 billion people. Now we see how impossible things turned out and became possible throughout the years. I want you to think of an impossible looking thing that probably won't happen in the future. You may have told about being immortal, teleportation, reading minds. Now I want you to forget about these ideas being impossible. Maybe erase the word impossible from your mind completely, because as Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. So we should never give up on our ideas or have any prejudice on any idea just because it seems impossible, because impossible is possible. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ada. I think the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. And that brings us to the end. Before we say goodbye, I would like to address to the speech makers. Please accept our sincere appreciation for the outstanding presentation you have made to broaden our horizons. Many thanks for your time and effort. As for me, I sincerely appreciate that I've had this opportunity to present this fruitful, informative, inspiring event to you online. Hope to see more of you sharing your invaluable ideas and inspirations in the years ahead. Now, I would like to share our certificates with the audience. Okay. Now, let's invite Anatolian and Science High School Principal Ersoyfilis to share his thoughts.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, again. It was really great pleasure to be with you this morning for the ITK Talks. I watch everyone proudly while they're speaking and inspiring us and letting us actually to learn from their speech, but as well as drawing our attentions to important topics and creating awareness for so many important subjects. So everybody, I think, took this opportunity to improve their English, but most importantly, once again, to inspire us and to get the point for all of us. So I want to thank you everyone for joining us this morning. But firstly, Ms. Altuner, Ms. Yılmaz, Ms. Davutlu, and Mr. Aydoğan, to all of our teachers for organizing such wonderful event for us, for all students. So congratulations to you all, and I'm sending a big round of applause to everybody for their participation at this ITK Talks this morning. Thank you very much. Ms. Altuner, would you like to say something at the end?
Thank you. I'd like to thank all of our students. Tolga, thank you very much for presenting the event, for presenting your, presenting the speakers, let me say. Ozancan, thank you very much for talking about the power of believing in yourself. I love the idea of not yet. Thank you for that. It's really very nice. You suggested adopting new routines. Do you push yourself out of your comfort zone, Ozancan?
Yes, I push myself my out of comfort zone to learn something new, and I try to learn new hobbies while we are at home.
Good, very good. Mentioning mindset was a very good idea. Asaf Akın, thank you very much for the topic, how to be your own boss. I liked your content. Actually, I loved your content, Asaf. It was nearly perfect. You mentioned about learning, you mentioned learning from your mistakes, standing up after falling down, and the importance of advertisement. One sincere suggestion: you should talk to your audience, Asaf. You shouldn't read from a paper. Your content was really very good, I believe. And it was very suitable for an ITK talk. It was like a TED Talk content, but you should have talked to your audience. Would you agree with me? You're muted, I think. I cannot hear you.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Altuner.
I have said very nice things for your speech. If you speak to your audience, if you talk to them, I'm sure it will be more effective. We would like to hear Ada once more, maybe at the beginning of next semester, because unfortunately we couldn't hear very well due to the maybe technical issues, Ada, but it was very clear. Despite all the problems I could catch, it always seems impossible until it is done, you said. Thank you. This was a very good message. And Umut, your pictures were very good. Animals help. I didn't know animals help lower blood pressure. I really didn't know it. Thank you for that. I didn't know sounds of cats ease pain. I didn't know that. Thank you. What should be the solution, you said? You didn't give any answer. I wish you had given. Ada? Umut? Where's Umut?
The solution.
And the same suggestion to you. You should talk to your audience to leave a profound impact on them. Yes, please. Umut? Don't mute yourself.
Okay. The solution may be...
Remember, towards the end, you said they kill the animals and the only punishment is money, you said. There should be a solution to it. What should be the solution?
I think there can be some obligatory conferences about animal rights, because most of the people don't know that animals have rights. I think they can be informed about this. It can help.
All right. In your next speech, try to include what you think should be done to inspire your audience. Would you?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. I'd like to thank all our teachers and everyone. Mr. Filiz, thank you very much for joining us. Wishing you all a very good day ahead. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Goodbye.
See you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.